want to use forests for many, many purposes. So we want to use them for climate change mitigation. We want to use them for recreation. We want to use them to provide habitat for many species, for biodiversity. And we also need to make them resilient to future climate change. And now there's numerous strategies by the EU that formulate these targets. So there's targets for how much carbon should the forests take up in each member state. There's goals on how wood should be used, also in terms of climate change mitigation. There's also new strategies for strict nature protection in forests, or in general in the European land. At the same time, the demand for wood products is increasing. We want to use more packaging. We want to use it in construction and many other reasons. And so we're trying to develop a strategy or develop strategies that takes into account all these constraints, but also future climate change. The question is, how can we achieve multifunctional forestry in the future, given these constraints, but also under the uncertainty of climate change? So we used ecosystem modeling. This allows us to investigate forest growth under various climate change scenarios. It also allows us to investigate how different ecosystem service will be provided by certain forest types in the future under climate change. And we combine this with robust multi-criteria optimization. So this means providing viable strategies that offer ecosystem service provision under all of these climate change scenarios. And we included these hard constraints on the amount of forest that need to be taken aside for nature protection, on the amount of wood that needs to be provided, and on the amount of carbon that needs to be taken up by the forest. So we found that it's going to be very hard to achieve all these different aspects: climate change mitigation, biodiversity provision, multifunctional forestry under ongoing climate change, because we have so many constraints, and with ongoing or increasing wood demands, it's going to be really hard to find strategies for forests in Europe to provide all these different services. If we want to achieve all these targets, protecting large parts of Europe's nature, also using forests for climate change mitigation, also making forests resilient to climate change, but at the same time, we have these increasing demand for various wood products, be it packaging, bioenergy, or other products. This will not be possible. We need to address these multiple demands to come up with forward-looking strategies.